Anytime you're with me, you know I'm in a state of bliss.
Trying to find the night. Conversation, laughter, debauchery. Then morning. And I realize it's all just a search for connection. It would be easy to do a story on coffee with pretty, steamy, milky images. I just sit languidly in a cafe sipping. Oh, so romantic. But on the original fare, my job is to get my hands dirty. Because how the else do you understand the real story behind the world's #2 commodity? So let's get on a plane to Colombia and go harvest some beans. I'm trying to get my camera to work. It's our very first coffee tree I've ever seen. Not hard to spot considering we've been here for like 10 minutes and they're everywhere.
Sorry.
My guides on this adventure are Gary and Carolina. Gary is a coffee buyer for H.C. Valentine, the small batch coffee offshoot of the century-old Royal Cup coffee based in Alabama. Gary connected us to Carolina, who represents the legendary Juan Valdez Coffee Federation. You know, this guy.
Juan Valdez. He picks the Colombian coffee bean as it has been picked for centuries, by hand, day after day.
We are kind of being pampered right now. We have a driver, we have a van, we have Carolina who knows everything and the culture. We have you, who's our connoisseur of coffee.
May we?
And then just little old us.
So let me ask you this. Normally, do you just pick a subject and then go create your thing?
Mm-hmm.
So this is really a cool thing that you're actually getting paid for this.
Yeah, somehow I pay rent. Of this area in Colombia. It is its heart and its center. People don't just grow coffee, they worship it. Who's driving me? I don't have a license. Our adventure begins in the tiny coffee town of Salento, where these little jeeps, called Willies, used to bring the beans to the town center for buying and export after harvest. But now, these little gems can make you coffee. You could be the new ruler of your hipster city if you had this little open-air Jeep that went around making coffee.
So I guess we need to order something.
Yes. Give me your critique.
There's more acidity to this.
You haven't tried it.
Merci beaucoup.
Wrong country.
And also one of the reasons why Colombian coffee has high acidity is that we are on volcanic soils, and usually those minerals result in higher acidity for Colombian coffee.
Interesting. This is genius. I'm in Colombia to actually get my hands dirty and harvest coffee, but first I'm going to get a lesson from the pros at one of the largest coffee farms in the area at Hacienda Venecia.
No, aquí está haciendo mucho calor.
Está haciendo mucho
Tenemos
calor.
la temperatura poco, pero sin embargo
Sí.
pueden ir.
No, pero hasta mejor para mostrar lo duro que es esta vaina.
No, es duro.
Oh.
Sí.
But you look
¿De
from
qué
the
país?
Netherlands.
I look like what?
From the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands.
¿De dónde?
De Estados Unidos.
Ah,
Yeah.
Estados Unidos. Ah,
It's the
ya.
blonde.
Ah, sí, sí.
El Rolo is from Bogotá.
Rolo?
Hello, how are you?
Ay, qué bonito.
Bien.
Yeah, you?
Café de Colombia. Bonito manicure, ¿cierto?
How did he find the job picking coffee beans?
No tenía nada que hacer en Bogotá, estaba aburrido. Entonces un amigo dijo porque es que yo fui militar 11 años. Entonces a mí me dijeron que cogía café, yo estos árboles ni los conocía. Y dijo, vámonos por allá, y yo me vine y aquí estoy.
This is the one he has to work on.
Okay. Let's see how fast he is. He's gonna be so fast.
¿Sí?
They're going to call the girls.
How heavy is that right now?
3 to 4 kilograms. ¿Recogiendo café?
Como 3 años.
For 3 years she has been...
For 3 years.
They are saying that she picks a lot of beans, but then she has to come all the way up to the mountain with them. And she's so beautiful that she just looks at them and says like, oh, can you please help me? All flirtatious. And all of them think they are, she's flirting with them, but she only wants
She's
to help.
smart.
Right, smart.
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
I could hang out there with them all day. They have so much fun together. Are you sure that this is safe? Well, not that that bothers me, but I don't like throwing up.
Sweet. Sweet.
Oh, it's very cherry-like. Why don't we use this stuff for something?
Some do.
Really?
And there's a thought behind that.
So you have to be able to work on a steep hill in dense brush and some brutal heat while carrying a heavy bucket. Piece of cake, right?
I think more than 86% of Colombian coffee plantations have less than 5 hectares.
Really?
Yes.
So you find more small farms.
Exactly.
It's only a few big farms.
Yes.
The trees, there's no alignment of them. They're just, wherever there's space, they have a tree.
That's true.
Food glorious.
Our first Colombian meal is ajiaco, a traditional stew made with chicken thighs, corn on the cob, yucca, and regional herb guascas. Watching everybody work so hard really works up an appetite.
So this is a gift from Hacienda Venecia for you guys.
Hacienda Venecia. This is after lunch. Carolina, there is no time for napping because it's our first night in Colombia. Oh, great. What is the benefit of laying down hearts?
Cheers.
I make a video. At night in Colombia, the party begins.
She says it's 4, I think it's 5.
Cinco. Quinta. Looking at the eyes.
Cheers.
Cards are dealt, the rum comes out, the music kicks in, and everyone is welcome to the dance floor.
Cheers.
Right? But we just gotta get in the van. That's all we have to do. The next morning, Carolina's taking me to a small farm so I can actually do some harvesting. But first, we're gonna stop for some local fruit. It's really good for a hangover.
This is the guanábana.
Guanábana. Well, they're Chile, at least it's closer, the Del Monte pears. Closer than to America. Carolina started eating the limes like an orange. And I was like, that's strange. And then I looked over and Gonzalez was doing the same thing, and that's just what they do. She said that a lot of this stuff here is really high in acidity. So all their fruits are really sour and bright. Yeah, I really want you to eat a piece of this lime, but I need a piece of that lime. All right, I need
Let me have the lime.
Now you got, yeah, like an orange. No, that's gonna kill you.
Actually 5 because we also decaf.
Look at the view of this kitchen. I think it's the most beautiful view you've ever found.
Oh my gosh. That's gorgeous. Alright, so I need to remember the word for it. That's beautiful.
Café?
Gracias.
Oh,
Sucre.
so good. It's hitting the spot right now.
I don't want to sound feminist, but they are so organized, so clean.
But it also is very feminine. All the flowers hanging and the laundry out drying. How long have you guys had the farm here?
Esto ha sido tradición de los abuelos. O sea,
From her grandparents.
unos que 50 años más.
50 years.
This is you.
Okay.
No.
Oh. Ah. Who taught her how to coffee farm?
Mi familia, de mi abuelo,
Your abuelo?
la mamá, sí, pues mi tía, solo los maduros, estos.
Los rojitos.
Aquí?
Red.
Sí, sí. Sí, los coge así.
We'll drink a couple cervezas while Kelly's pulling some of these beans. It may take her a while.
All right, well, you guys talk amongst yourselves while I continue to fill this bucket.
How you doing in there, Kelly?
I like it. It would be nice if I could just stay here all day, because I know I'm not fast enough yet, so it would take me that long to fill this bucket. So one tree produces 1 pound of coffee per year. So if you are like me and you probably go through 1 pound of coffee a week, that is, I don't know, triple the size of this farm. Multiply that by how many people on this planet drink coffee, that's a pretty huge market. I just love that these are two fourth generation, I just picked the wrong bean, I'm gonna get fired. Fourth generation coffee farmers, and it's women owned. I mean, how cool is that? Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Did I just break a branch? We have some ones that are not very good. It's hard because the branches get so big and you have to be able to tell and not pull ones that aren't ripe yet. Not very good. They're so little.
Did you see her? Did she look? Yeah, it was good.
No, it's not good.
Sí, sí, sí. Vamos a despulpar
She
ese
said
poquito de
excelente. I don't know.
Wow!
¿Qué es lo que se
This
hace?
is the biggest one I've
Se
no,
sacan las
not enough, huh?
I could keep going.
Like caipirinha.
I got
but
500
without too much
pesos.
sugar.
500 pesos. Superb. No.
No. I wanted to stay here all day to harvest, but I'm about to learn that coffee's journey has only just begun. After they bring the coffee cherries up, they have to be skinned through a mill, then grated, and then dried. Every last little one.
In order to remove that mucilage.
So what she's doing right now, she's grading it.
The two of them do everything.
They do everything.
There is no distribution of one does this
They
and the
have
other one. No, when it's the drying part from here to there, they bring it by themselves.
It's just the two of them.
They are strong.
They are strong.
How many bags of coffee does this?
Produce per year. About 10 bags.
De exceso.
10 bags total.
Total.
10 bags.
Whatever it is, let's just say we pay $1.60 per pound. 10 bags times 150, let's call it 1,500, right? Mm-hmm. So it's under $3,000 for their entire farm
Per year.
per year.
Basically $3,000 a year for the coffee operation. And
So let's say you're paying $6 a pound. It's $9,000. I may make $1,000 on that.
Right.
The retailer makes $5. That's where the money is.
Money's in the retail.
Money's in the retail.
She's not allowed to, able to, or it doesn't exist to just make the coffee herself. It has to go.
Exactly. Because after that, you get the coffee in parchment, and you have to remove. We're going to see that at the mini plant. You have to remove the parchment. You have to select it.
So once that part's done, now it is a cooperative. Do cooperatives also export, or does that then go to another one?
There are some cooperatives that also export.
Mr. Feldman, once that gets exported, it goes then to you, right? The buyer?
They bring in the coffee into the United States, into one of the few ports, Houston, New Orleans, New Jersey, California.
But I just find it so fascinating how complex coffee production is.
And let's say we sell coffee to Gary through Paragon, which is the, look at that spider.
Whoa!
It's not
not so bad. It just took me by surprise.
Not so bad for the whites.
It's not poisonous, right?
Okay, all right. Here I thought I was going to come to Colombia and just farm, but now it's becoming so complicated. The bean is the origin story, but having the craft to create something no longer seems to be enough. It makes it quaint to call coffee craft. It's like calling oil artisanal, or Hollywood blockbusters art. But here I came to Colombia with this romantic bean-to-cup image, which is true only so much. Where do I go? These coffee beans get judged harder than a whore in a beauty pageant. There's still at least another 5 steps for the beans to go through before export. I mean, there's freaking laser beans.
Of course.
Bye, Gary! Vámonos! Ciao! We leave Carolina and Colombia as I follow Gary and the beans to their point of destination, Alabama. What does it mean to be what do you call yourself, Stacy, a roast master?
The first question I was asked when I came to interview for a job was, what do you know about coffee? And that's what I said. It's I think there's beans that you roast and you grind it and brew it. It's coffee. When I started learning about roasting, finding out that you can take the most amazing beans in the world and turn it into garbage at the roaster. You can destroy. That's a lot of power to give somebody. I got power hungry, just turn into a junkie. And then you start learning more as you get into it. You find out you take the same coffee and you roast it 10 different ways and get 10 different tastes.
No
and
way.
it just some people are into other things. I fell in love with roasting. Well, we'll let you dump this bag.
I just want you to make sure there's no snakes in it first.
Oh, our coffee is all snake-free. It's sustainable and snake-free. That's what we look for when we buy green coffee.
There we go.
Easy job. And once you get it up, just shake all the beans out of it.
And then we have potato sack races.
There's a difference between roasting coffee and turning beans brown. Because anyone can turn beans brown.
Yeah.
I can teach anyone how to push this button.
Yeah.
You're not really to me, you're not roasting. And that's what we will do.
All right.
So I will start it up. You can see it goes through that cleaner very quickly. And throughout the roaster, we'll pull out sample. And if you see, they're just absorbing the heat that's going through the roaster.
Right.
You smell, there's kind of a wet grass like
Yeah.
I was thinking jungle.
Yeah.
Sounds like a jungle.
Which sounds just so delicious, I know, when you say that. If you rush this process too much, you're going to start over roasting the beans before you reach the point where you really want to start coaxing those flavors out. If you listen, you smell kind of a sweetness coming out. And you may have to get in here. I'll let y'all get in here and listen. Listen for the popping.
Yeah, I hear it.
It's called the first crack. What that is when that moisture has all turned to steam, you've got all this pressure built up inside the bean, and it just cracks to release that pressure. We'll take it dark enough where it'll be in second crack when the beans come out. And so what's happening now is just spreading the beans out and cooling them. Roasting, have art, have science. When I first started hearing that, I thought, oh, that's a great marketing line. It's true. I could teach you, hey, push this button when it gets to this degree or whatever. But if you can't turn around and then tell me why you're doing that, what's happening inside the bean? All of that went into developing this recipe for that coffee.
The next step in the roasting process is called cupping. But basically, they're using all their senses and expertise to determine quality, flavor profiles, and if it just tastes like garbage or not.
Now I'm nervous.
Oh, I would be. We have a timer. I'll set that at 4 minutes. The coffee's blooming.
It is blooming.
And you'll push down through the crust and slowly bring it back up. Get your nose right on the coffee.
It seems so floral to me.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
correct.
it's like violet.
Yeah.
So just want to skim the crust off the top. You don't have to get every single grain of coffee. And we're ready to cup.
Okay.
So just get a little bit in the spoon.
But you didn't swallow, right?
You can, or you can spit
but
it out.
I would call this a really good medium body coffee.
Yeah.
Very, very smooth, very creamy. As you said, delicate. That's a great word for it. It's very delicate.
And now I'm getting a little bit of that acidity.
On the
Now that-
sides,
yeah.
it kind of deep and
It's starting to
back
trickle
of
down to
your
that
mouth,
side of the
yeah.
tongue.
And if you think about the people who are roasting coffee lighter, you're going to pick up more of the origin, the coffee origin, characteristics of that coffee. The darker you roast it, you're going to pick up more roasty notes. More of the roast and less characteristics of the coffee. The more that the people in the general population know about coffee, the better it is for us.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but-
why I find this so fascinating. Like, okay, well, my palate's just starting to wake up and understand what are those things I'm looking for, how to test, how to check for it. You guys are very good slurpers, by the way.
As this adventure comes to a close, I'm feeling lost in all of it. I sit down with legendary Frank Stitt, godfather of the Southern food movement, just to find my bearings.
Well, you clearly know what you're talking about when it comes to food, so I feel like you are the source that I'm looking for to help me understand the world of coffee.
For me, I like a blend that will include some African beans, typically Ethiopia, some from in the area of Indonesia like Sumatra that adds a little funky earthiness, and then some brighter notes from Central America.
I'm obsessed with finding what really can connect you to a place, and for me it's through food and what people are making. And that's what is so fascinating to me about coffee, is it's definitely part of my ritual. So when you have a deeper kind of bond with it, it's even that much more significant.
Typically I get up at 7 in the morning and I will make myself a traditional kind of Italian styled cappuccino. And so I will read and sometimes write and think, and that's my 30 minutes kind of maybe outside, maybe inside. You know, I always have to have good light so that I can read with the sun coming up over my shoulder. And that's just a time that I adore every day. So that's my morning ritual.
Yeah, ritual is exactly it. Ritual.
The morning ritual, whether big or small, is our first connection to coffee. And Frank gives me hope that coffee can be a marriage of art and industry, however massive the supply and demand is. But meeting Rollo and Maria, and Isabel, Carolina, the laser beam guy, Gary, Stacy, and Frank, I realized coffee does what few other ingredients have the ability to do. Coffee connects our world. And now for some gratuitous footage from my favorite new bar, Lou's Pub in Birmingham, Alabama.
What the hell? Are you really leaving? Why are you leaving? You know? Hey, you know, do we want to do a shot real quick? The only problem with me is I got short. You're not. Well, you're short too. Short. So I got short man.
I have short gal syndrome.
No. So the whole
It's a real thing.
Hang on. No.
For more adventures in food, subscribe to our channel.